Hello, this is Ben Television News Roundup, a compilation of major stories in the weekend. I am Tunde Alawi, and thank you for staying tuned. The Prime Minister David Cameron has described the latest cabinet reshuffle as a reflection of modern Britain. The move, which was considered a bold one, saw the Prime Minister promote a fresh team of women and Eurosceptics to the new cabinet. The new team is seen as the Prime Minister's strategy for the 2015 general election. In a series of moves designed to win back disaffected voters who have seen the UK Independence Party as an option and to present women-friendly image of the party, the Prime Minister David Cameron promoted 10 women in a day, leading to 40 new appointments. Mr. Cameron said that the new team beams with energy and fresh ideas that will shape the next government policy for better Britain. The greatest shock of the reshuffle was the removal of Michael Gove as Education Secretary and William Hague's decision to leave our Foreign Office.
Well, that's right. This is a fresh team with the ideas, the energy, the policy and the ability to take this country forward, to complete the long-term economic plan and secure our future. I think it is a team that reflects modern Britain, and it's only by reflecting all of modern Britain that we'll get the best for our country, and I'm very proud of the fact that great talent has come through the Conservative ranks, and you now see Conservative women occupying posts like Home Secretary, Education Secretary, Agriculture Secretary, Development Secretary, vital jobs with really good people doing those jobs to secure the future of this country, and I'm very proud of that. I can tell you, if you're Prime Minister, the Chief Whip is one of the most important jobs in government, and I wanted one of my big hitters, one of my real stars, one of my great political brains, someone who's done extraordinary things for education in this country, to do that job, to deliver the government's programme and to help secure the future for our country. I'm very pleased he's doing that job. He'll do it brilliantly.
The European Union leaders during the week have called on Israel and Palestinians to end violence. The EU leaders said that they welcomed efforts to broker a ceasefire following more than a week of warfare. The Israeli airstrike on Gaza has killed over 200 civilians and displaced several thousands. The Israeli government said that it will continue to attack Gaza if mortars are continued to be fired by Hamas into Israeli territory. Other world leaders have also spoken out against attacks from both Israeli forces and Hamas. Meanwhile, EU leaders meeting in Brussels urged both sides to de-escalate the situation, end the violence and end the suffering of the civilian populations by allowing access to humanitarian assistance and return to calm. Gaza health officials said 207 Palestinians, most of them civilians and children, had been killed in air and naval attacks in the worst flare-up of Israeli-Palestinian violence in 2 years.
Hamas uses the residents of Gaza as a human shield and is bringing disaster on the residents of Gaza, and therefore the responsibility for any harm done to the civilians in Gaza, which we regret, the responsibility is that of Hamas and its partners and them alone.
From politics to economy, business, technology, the totality of what makes man is what we bring to you here on this Punch. We give you the information that you need, from business to economy to politics to technology. And that's what we do here on this Punch, from the beginning to the end. And that is why we are here. Keep watching this Punch from Ben Television. And today I'll be your host. Let's take the story from Nigeria. Meanwhile, Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan during the week has sought approval from the National Assembly to borrow up to $1 billion abroad to help the armed forces tackle the security threat posed by the Islamic insurgent group Boko Haram. President Jonathan has been facing intense criticism at home and overseas for his government's failure to curb the rising campaign of violence by the Islamist militants, which has killed thousands and abducted hundreds since launching an uprising in the northeastern Nigeria in 2009. The National Assembly is expected to look into the president's request. However, President Jonathan's $1 billion loan request is expected to raise some questions, as Nigeria's 2014 budget already provides for nearly $6 billion in security spending.
The military confrontation is required now because you must reduce it by all means. But the military confrontation alone will not eliminate terror attack.
And in the meantime, the All Progressive Congress Party has said it will challenge the impeachment of the governor of Adamawa State, Nigeria, Murtala Nyako, in a competent court of law. Murtala Nyako defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Party following a series of crises between him and some leaders of the People's Democratic Party. Bein Television reviews the challenges of Murtala Nyako while being the governor of Adamawa State, Nigeria. The report is presented from our studio.
You know Kaide, Governor Kaide is one of the most serious governors we have in the country. He cares for his city, he cares for his people, he cares for Nigeria, that means everyone of us here. And I am here to express my appreciation of the quality of Governor Kayode, qualities which I believe you all know. We don't have to preach to you. What I can clearly see is that if you give him another chance, and you should give him another chance, it's not when you give him another chance, because he has to be formalized in the next election. He's going to take it to even higher height than it is now. It is being transformed. The politics of the Southwest is being transformed. The politics of Nigeria is being transformed, and one of the great contributors to that is Femi Kayode, Dr. Governor Ekiti State. I believe each and every one of us, and I'm calling all the people to give him the vote.
Events that shaped the political landscape in Yola, the Adamawa State capital, in the last 2 weeks have become a source of concern for political monitors in Nigeria. The mission of the actors of the Adamawa drama was clear. It was an unmistaken goal: get the common enemy out of the way, remove Murtala Nyako out of the government house, and replace him with one of their own. Nyako, who retired as an admiral from the Nigerian Navy and held forth as Nigeria's chief of defense staff before going into full-time commercial farming, defected to the opposition party, the All Progressive Congress, from PDP, a move considered to be a grave mistake by Nyako. Of all the atrocities that Nyako is deemed to have committed, the single act of crossing from the ruling PDP to the APC appears to have been his greatest error, opening the flanks for his opponents to attack him from all fronts, even though those who are close to Nyako readily justify his exit from the PDP to the APC, given the irreconcilable differences between him and the former national chairman, Alhaji Bamanga Tukur. Others who understand the situation better believe his action was more of a shot on the foot. They argue that it would have been a wise political undertaking for him to remain in the PDP and confront his adversary with his army of foot soldiers, both in the House of Assembly and the party, than to jump ship and float alone. According to those who really understand the politics of the state, it was immature for Nyako to have left the ruling PDP for the APC, leaving behind his deputy, James Bala Angelari, and virtually all the state lawmakers in the PDP. It is that political indiscretion by the governor that his avowed political enemies have carefully exploited to not only cage Nyako, but have also successfully exploited to get an upper hand in the move to send him packing from the government house only a year to the end of his administration. Beyond the miscalculation by Nyako, he is accused of not carrying along all the political actors in the state and not very enthusiastic in paying gratis to those who matter in the state politics. One source painted a scenario that has come back to haunt Nyako as a plague. He is said to have rejected all entreaties to pay a once-off huge sum of money to members of the State House of Assembly or grant themselves a county status as what obtains in many assemblies in the country so as to enjoy a lasting peace with the members, but he bluntly refused. Nyako was accused of actively presiding over a state whose legislators were constantly starved of all the opportunities that their counterparts from other states take for granted. 26 allegations of gross misconduct were leveled against ex-Governor Brotala Nyako and his deputy, Mr. Bala Nglari, by the Adamawa House of Assembly. 5 of the allegations were subsequently dropped. Some of the said allegations include the diversion of 2.3 billion worker salary for September and October 2011, illegal deduction and diversion of 142 million as salaries of workers in May 2014. Also, it is alleged that the governor has squandered 4.8 billion in 2012 and 7.1 billion in 2013 respectively, using the office of the government secretary for this. The deputy governor, on his own part, was accused of diverting 50 million naira released by the Ministry of Finance for the acquiring of license for exploring solid minerals in 2008. The allegations claim that the deputy governor was involved in extra budgetary expenditure to the tune of 397 million naira as overhead cost for 2013. As it stands today, Governor Monitola Nyako has been impeached. The next level or the next move is being monitored by political watchers in Nigeria. Do you have a story or video you think we can use on Ben TV News? You can send your stories with video to bentelevisionuk@gmail.com. This is all we have for you on News Roundup this week. Thank you for being part of it. I am Tunde Alabi, and I see you again next week to have a good time. Bye.